What's going on, DIY reefers? Sam here with Poor Man's Reef. I got an update for you, the tank that drained down. It sucks, but it is what it is. You can't only share the good. I gotta throw the bad in there too because it's my reefing reality. Now let's get started on this. So what even happened to the tank really? I set up a DIY mini chiller with a 6-can fridge that I had laying around, and I ordered some vinyl tubing for it because vinyl tubing is way less of an insulator than plastic tubing or RO tubing would be. And I had no idea that there was a leaky connection from behind the tank, or actually behind the stand, really. And that just kind of really sucks because how often do you look behind your tank and your stand to see that there's water on the floor? Now, if your tank's in your house, not really an issue. You're going to see the water, boom, fixed, problem solved. If you live here in the desert, like I do, when your garage floor gets wet, the water soaks up instantly. You really just don't even see it. I don't look behind my stand to see all that salt creep that was building up over those couple of days either. And that just really sucks. I did notice that my ATO is using up just a little bit more water than it normally was, and that's kind of why I liked being it powered by the Neptune Dose instead of the PMUP that everybody else uses with the ATK. And I really didn't pay any attention to that. I was like, oh, it's using like 500 more mLs a day of water. Now, for most tanks, that's really nothing, but that little 3-gallon tank, 500 mLs is an actual dent. So I can assume it was losing about 500 mLs a day once it started leaking. Now we go on for a couple days and my salinity probe does and doesn't really work. I gotta see what's going on with it right now, but my salinity probe was working. I would have noticed the salinity drop over the couple days. Probably would have looked behind the tank because that's where the wires for everything is and like, oh my God, everything is covered in salt creep. What's going on? And then I would have seen the leaking hose, but lazy reefer syndrome. I'm guilty of it. I really do wish I would have filmed more of the catastrophe though. I didn't, and that's just my fault, but you're here for an update, so let's get going on that. We're gonna end up moving the tank inside the house. This is gonna be my controller cabinet, if you can't tell by all the Apex stuff. This thing used to just hold all my old junk, and it still kind of serves the same purpose, but on this side, we're just gonna keep all the daily, monthly, weekly, in and out stuff. All my test kits, stuff for pH probes and salinity probe calibrations and magnesium, calcium, alkalinity, well, just all kinds of stuff is even in here. Down there is actually my overflow for extra ABC reagents. Over here, we're gonna get a little fancy with the lights because they're at least hooked up on this side. This is gonna be all my Neptune stuff. Everything on this side is gonna be dedicated to running the tank, if you can't tell. The only thing, I'm still not exactly 100% on this. We're going to be changing this a little bit. What I mainly do not like is this dose being this close to the EVA. I've had a dosing head fail before, and it was not bad news. All the kalkwasser actually stayed encapsulated in the head, and it just had a very little tiny drip coming out of here. But I already know if this head right here goes bad, it's just spraying right into my EVA, rendering that thing useless. I did put up a poll on Instagram about the white Trident body right here. I do like it being nice and 3D printed, and it's kind of easy to work on, even though you shouldn't have to work on the Trident. You do. I don't care what you say. I'm kind of missing the old Church of Tea body up there, but everybody seems to like this. And I think it's because the ABC bottles are white, the Trident's white, and the old stand down here that the tank sat on was white. So everything just kind of flowed and matched with each other, but now it's all orange and gray and black. The white just honestly just sticks out like a sore thumb if you ask me, but everybody said keep it white, so we're keeping it white. And to be honest, I'd be kind of mad if I had to use the old Church of Tea again, and I cannot display these nice white bottles. I'm kind of toying with the idea of auto water change for the tank, but I'm not sure. It's never really been able to keep my salinity stable, but that's kind of some of my own faults. Who knows, maybe we'll fix that. If I do that, I think I'm gonna keep a 5-gallon jug down here at the very bottom. We'll have to put one in the bottom of the white stand, and we'll have to put another one down here. Main reason is I'm gonna need 5 gallons for ATO. I always do a week minimum, no less. I'm gonna need 5 gallons for salt water because that's gonna last me the entire month with a 3-gallon tank. And I need a 5-gallon jug so I can dump the waste in because it's got nowhere to go, unlike it used to outside. Yeah, we're still gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna drive the tank with kalkwasser and some water changes, and that'd be it. Not really filter it, maybe throw some filter floss in if I fed it like 10 times in a row and haven't even done a manual water change in it and siphon it out, but you know, nothing crazy. So it's an absolute mess with tools right now, but that's okay because I'm still working on it. This is the white IKEA stand that the tank was sitting on. And if anybody remembers, it's only half as big, and that's because I took 2 of these and I took the door off the left side, flipped it so both doors don't open the same way and it looks like an actual aquarium stand, and I just screwed it together. But with this most recent leak, and when I put the tank out in the garage for the very first time, we had a little leak go on, and on the other stand it basically destroyed it right here and on the edge of the door. Now that's okay, but that really makes me mad because all my reefing stickers were on the other door, and now I can't throw it in here because it's destroyed by salt water. You gotta always make sure you don't have leaks. Don't be a bum like me. But yeah, this is just a short and simple update of the tank, let you know how it's going and what I've been doing. If you enjoyed this comment, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.